everybody, happy Monday, happy no makeup Monday. So I'm in my comfy clothes. It's like probably 9:45 at night. Usually when I do videos they're like earlier in the evening or whatever, like right after work. But today, after like watching some YouTube videos, I was like, oh yeah, I have a couple of YouTube videos that I want to do. So today I wanted to share a bunch of books that I got. And I've been meaning to do this video for a little over a week, but I was busy fostering a kitten last week, and that takes up quite a bit of time. And also, you know, you gotta play with them. That takes up time. So anyways, so not this past Thursday, but this Saturday, like a little over a week ago, I went to the library book sale. They do a used book sale the first Saturday of every month. So I picked up, I think, 7 books, and it cost me $1.70. And technically, it was only supposed to cost me $1.30, but the chick like did her math wrong, and I seriously didn't want to be a dick about 40 cents. So hey, 7 books for $1.70. That's pretty damn good. So let's start with smallest to biggest, shall we? This one, Future Shock by Alvin Toffler. Never heard of him. It just kind of grabbed me because it was bright pink, and also it looked vintage, and it is. When was it written? Portions of this book first appeared in slightly different form in Horizon, Redbook, and Playboy in 1970. So yes, it is vintage. And this is what it says on the back. Future Shock is about what is happening today to people and groups who are overwhelmed by change. Change affects our products, communities, organizations, even our patterns of friendship and love. Future Shock vividly describes the emerging super-industrial world, tomorrow's family life, the rise of new businesses, subcultures, lifestyles, and human relationships, all of them temporary. Future Shock illuminates the world of tomorrow by exploding countless cliches about today. Future Shock will intrigue, provoke, frighten, encourage, and above all, change everyone who reads it. And I thought this would be pretty awesome to read, considering that it is, what, 45 years old? So it should be pretty interesting what they have to say about the future from 1970. So, and then next we have Cold Sassy Tree by Olive Ann Burns. And this one is about a small town in Georgia. If the preacher's wife's petticoat showed, the ladies would make the talk last a week. But on July 5th, 1906, things took a scandalous turn. That was the day E. Rucker Blakesley, proprietor of the general store and barely 3 weeks a widower, eloped with Miss Love Simpson, a woman half his age and worse yet, a Yankee. Heaven forbid Hob Highwacket, not a Yankee. On that day, 14-year-old Will Tweedy's adventures began, and an impeachably pious, deliciously irreverent town came to life. You hogging the video, mister? That's okay, you can be in the video. So I thought this sounded interesting, about a small southern town, turn of last century. My dad is from Georgia, so I kind of, you know, can relate to the southern life, kind of, sort of, a little bit. Anywho, moving on. Wild Animus. This one sounded really interesting. Don't knock over my boxes, please. Please, Mr. Pyewacket, don't knock it over. Yeah, you're a good boy. You come here. In the summer of 1969, a disillusioned Berkeley graduate leaves behind a world of protests and riots to follow a wild inner calling. Sam Altman is an intense young man whose unleashed and increasingly unhinged imagination takes him first to Seattle and then farther north to the remote Alaskan wilderness. And so he goes to Alaska and he meets up with this chick, and then he has renamed himself Ransom, gradually transforms himself into a ram, prey to a pack of strangely familiar wolves. So this guy is like in Alaska and thinks he has turned into a ram, and then there's this woman that he falls in love with, and yeah, so that sounded pretty interesting. That is Wild Animus by Rich Shapero. And I'm just curious when this was published. 2004. So, fairly newer book, takes place in the past, in the 60s. So far, these all take place in the past. This one was written in the past. And moving on, we have The Red Tent, which is on my Amazon book wish list. I have a separate wish list for just books, and I think there's like 60 or 70 something books on there, so I can check one of them off. The Red Tent by Anita Diamant. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly. And this is actually about biblical characters, and I'm not a Christian or really a religious person, but it tells the story of different female biblical characters, and so it kind of gives me the impression that it has a little bit of feminism to it. So it says, told in Dinah's voice, this novel reveals the traditions and turmoil of ancient womanhood, the world of the Red Tent. It begins with the story of her mothers, Leah, Rachel, Zilpah, and Bilhah, the four wives of Jacob. They love Dinah and give her gifts that are to sustain her through a hard-working youth, a call to midwifery, and a new home in a foreign land. So, yeah. This should be interesting, I think, for me, just not being religious and really not being familiar with the Bible at all. But it seemed like it could be an interesting read about some female characters. So, thought I'd give it a try. Oh, there goes the clock. Yay. And this one is called Caramba. And I love, God, what are these called? These books that are bound like this. Permabound or something like that. Oh, I didn't even notice that. That's pretty. Yeah, for some reason, like, I love permabound books. And this one was just, like, really pretty, so that caught my eye. This was published in 2004. And so this, okay, I'll just read the back. Welcome to Lava Landing, population 20,454, a town just this side of Mexico, where Miss Magma reigns, and rockabilly and mariachi music are king. Enter our protagonists, Natalie and Consuelo, self-described like-minded individuals. They spend their days at the Big Cheese plant and their nights at the Big 5-4, the hottest spot in town, but they have long-term projects, foremost among them, to cure Consuelo of her unreasonable fear of public transportation and long car rides so they can finally take Natalie's 1963 Cadillac convertible on the road trip it deserves. And I'm not sure if this actually, like, takes place in the 60s. It says she has this 1963 Cadillac. But honestly, I don't know if it takes place in present. I don't know, but so far it seems like all of the books I chose are like either written a long time ago or take place a long time ago. So, Caramba by Nina Marie Martinez. So that should be interesting. And then this one, again, I picked it up because I liked the cover. Downtown by Ed McBain. And I know you're not supposed to judge a book by its cover, but you know what? If, you know, the publishers are doing their job, they will make you want to buy a book because of its cover. So, there. Okay. So, downtown, you'll meet Michael Barnes, a lone out-of-town businessman in New York City on Christmas Eve with a couple of hours to kill before his plane leaves. It promises to be a sweet interlude when he meets a lovely blonde in a bar. But first, his identification and all his money are stolen, and next his rental car, only to resurface on the other side of town with an unexpected passenger, a corpse. So, yeah, that sounds pretty interesting. And this is probably kind of old, too, just by the looks of it. 1989. So it's a little old. So, yeah, like a murder mystery type of thing. And then the last one I have is called Chalktown. And it is by Melinda Haynes. And I think this takes place like in the 60s too. In sparsely populated George County, Mississippi, along the quiet dirt road lined by sharecropper houses, lies Chalktown. Sorry y'all, I have sinus issues. A small village of folks who communicate mostly through the chalkboards set up in the front yards of their houses. Blah blah blah. And so, yeah, stuff happens, and there's a tragedy, and yeah. So, another book about a southern town that probably takes place in the past. I don't know, let's see. Published in 2001, and yeah, I don't know when it takes place. We'll find out when I read it. So, yeah, you could probably get all of these like on Amazon or something. So I'll write down the all the titles and the authors in the description below in case you might be interested in perusing Amazon or your own used bookstore or library. So, yeah, I got all of these for $1.70, and it took me like 10 minutes to get in, choose my books, pay, and get out. Because, yeah, that's how I do. So, anyways, sorry if this is a little long, but thanks for watching, and if you have any recent book hauls, I'd be interested in seeing them, because maybe there might be something I might want to read. So, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.